Good afternoon, everyone. Alaska, North Slope oil production, Brooks Range. Here are the oil leases. Scary headline, Arctic lakes are leaking dangerous greenhouse gases. Oh, wait, those are from reservoirs of fossil fuels. How is that even a headline? Anyway, the Sydney Morning Herald deflecting from frost damage, record-breaking cold spell, Western Australia. Lowest ever recorded temperatures, frost damage, crop damage. Coldest morning in 50 years. And golf ball sized hail today in Sydney. Blanket of snow. I guess they missed that. They're just worried about the Arctic methane, the new scary boogeyman. And join me tonight, Ben Shields and I discussing deflections in the media just like this to move your eyes away from your rising food prices. Mini Ice Age Conversations, Studio A, Revolution Radio, 10 p.m. to midnight Eastern Standard Time. And check out the Adapt 2030 TrueLeafMarket.com link. Sprouts, microgreens, seeds, that's in the description box below, as well as links to Mini Ice Age Conversations. Deflection through scary headlines. Across the Arctic lakes are leaking dangerous greenhouse gases. I think you've lost the fear, so they need to re-scare you. Greenhouse gases are dangerous. I've never seen a lake like this one. Okay, they've been studying over 300 of these lakes, and they only saw one so far, and we should be extra, extra, extra scared. It is Halloween coming, after all. Area where they found the lake, North Slope, Brooks Range, oil-producing area of Alaska. Shocker! They found methane seep coming out of a lake in an oil-producing area. Not only do they have oil and natural gas, but they also have shale. And the lake is in the green area there. More scary headlines. Her sounding devices picked up huge holes in the bottom of the lake. You can actually see where the methane seep is coming out, that milky colored bubbling mass near the shore. But when they examined samples, they found it was of geologic origin, meaning an oil field. So how is this even making headlines? Here we are. These are the oil leases. Are they going to try to claim an oil lease in the lake that they found where methane was coming up? I mean, how does this even make headlines as a possible climate change article? That was the Sydney Morning Herald, yet somehow they dropped the ball on record-breaking cold in Western Australia, destroying crops. Yes, that's ice on the wheat. They were going to have a bumper crop compared to Eastern Australia, which is decimated from drought, and then here we come. They're looking at least 50% losses in the wheat in Western Australia. Areas, Newgate, lowest ever recorded temperature. And farmers are reporting it wasn't like just the shadows had frost on them. It was a complete whiteout across the fields. That image is showing you what the produce looks like. Somehow Sydney Morning Herald's focused on methane to keep you scared. They're not even reporting on their own local crop losses. And here we go, 9 News even picking it up. Coldest morning in more than 50 years of records. Coldest September morning in 23 years. Capital, -1 degree Celsius. I highlighted in blue, Perth's coldest September day morning since 2008. Now wait a second, we were told every year it's getting hotter, hotter, hotter. So how was it the record cold in 2008 when we should be heating? See, these are the things that IPCC doesn't want you to put 2 and 2 together or even ask the question. Potato growers, look at that. 90% of current potato crops are impacted. 90%. And then more on the wheat from Electroverse. They're talking about farmers up at Bruce Rock saying 50% of the wheat is stuffed. Now, stuffed is another way to say shattered, broken. And it's not just wheat affected, it's barley and wheat. All the grain crops that we keep talking about, saying that these yields are going to continue lower and your prices are going to continue upward. And you can see why the Sydney Morning Herald is deflecting with Arctic methane. They don't want you to see the crop losses. That is nice, thick frost, damaging, killing whatever's growing right there in the fields. You see how those heads, those aren't going to come back and be edible. And a new article coming across the wire off Electroverse, golf ball-sized hail batters Sydney, leaving a blanket of snow in spring. I thought it was supposed to be the warmest year ever, but it looks like this in Australia, which is considered extremely rare. Thanks for watching. Hope you got something out of the video. Remember, the media is just going to be deflecting and distracting you to keep you away from rising food prices. Know this when you read the headlines.